opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the story.
Oh, it's not. Let's get the microphone over here. Hopefully we have everything set up properly. As usual, running a tad behind. Had to get the... Well, y'all see part of the reason behind me. My laundry got delivered today. You see the laundry basket over there behind me. And I've gone through and done some sorting, but I haven't hung everything up yet and all that good stuff. They're going nuts. And the big box back there is some new bedding that I ordered that got here real late. We thought it was going to come in much earlier today, and I'm going to have someone come and help me put it on my bed, but it didn't get here until well after 6:30, and didn't have anybody to help me. So that is a 4-inch thick firm mattress topper and a real nice bamboo made covered mattress pad to go over that. And been seeing them advertised all over Facebook, but I found the entire package deal for about half the price on Amazon, as opposed to what they were trying to charge on Facebook. So that got delivered. That was kind of my birthday gift to myself. I mean, nobody else got me anything. And I even mentioned on my Facebook post, in lieu of birthday gifts or anything like that, because I wasn't supposed to make it to 66. According to doctors, I was only supposed to make it to 39. So, as I told somebody at Kroger the other day, I mentioned something about borrowed time. I'll tell that story a little bit later. But, yeah, I probably shouldn't be here. 4 times I've been to the hospital, and they told me I wouldn't be leaving. Not the same way I came in. And so far, they're 0 for 4. So we hope they keep telling me that, because every time they tell me that, I make it. One time I did believe them, though. And because I went into it going, I won't be coming back home. I mean, it was that bad. That was my previous address. It was not here. That was a previous address. And so this tonight is the post-birthday show. Yesterday was my birthday, March 16th. I considered doing a show yesterday, but had guest over. Jimmy Johns was kind enough to sponsor me with a beautiful, lovely package. You can tell neither one of my co-hosts gave a shit, because I offered to do a show last night. Didn't hear from neither one of them. And couldn't have done it no way, but I made the offer. But oh no, neither co-host, not a word on my birthday. And then, but they did put the show together for tonight. Just neither one of them are going to be here. Because it's nerd night for one, and I never know what the train's up to. So the train does what the train does. But it's nerd night for Bob, and he enjoys his nerd nights. And I can't remember if this is one of these where he's at home doing nerd night with other nerds that are at home. Or is it nerd night in a host nerd home? Kind of like Dayton tonight. I just got done watching Howard get their first ever tournament victory in the NCAA tournament. They've been in. Well, you go. Don't make me start using foul language already. It's coming sooner or later. Oh, that's right. You like to. Oh, I'm sorry. You like to open the show. You got to come up here and get your stuff in. Kind of like Bob and them do when I'm late. You got to get your stuff in. So how you doing? You doing good? It wasn't your birthday was November 11th. We celebrated your birthday too. I think you got more birthday gifts than I got. Oh, I don't even have the comments open. That might help. Paul RJ in there. Name I've never seen. Doesn't have a badge, so he don't give too much of a shit. Paul RJ got a badge though. Paul RJ got a badge. The kid's 6. Okay, no, never seen him before. And but he doesn't have a badge, and I doubt he's made a donation. Well, wait a minute. We do. Hang on. Well, we'll let Scooby hang out here just a little bit longer. Did you want to help me read my phone? Do you want to, we got something going on here. You want to see what's going on? No, that's all you needed to do. Hang on here. Well, this isn't really a donation, so to say, but I did get my first birthday gift of the night. My upstairs neighbor was kind enough to, he says, King, this is for your birthday and for you personally. I know you're going to do with it what you want, but this is my personal gift to you. I issue a $50 challenge for a gift for the king. Well, that was very nice. That's from my upstairs neighbor, and who I guess I've known for several years now. And well, it was very kind, very nice. And I refer to him as T. I couldn't tell you his real name if my life depended on it. There's a Tammy Fan for Life's got a badge. Randy the Macho Man Satterley's in here. Thank you, Randy. Thank you for the belated birthday. And, by tonight, StreamYard being brought to you tonight by Jeff Sanford. Jeff sponsored this month, and I think next month, there's she goes by Shane in here. And, let's see here. Randy the Macho Man Saturday. Let me read this. Birthday challenge. Randy the Macho Man Saturday with a $25 birthday gift challenge. Thank you very much. So $50 from upstairs. The man upstairs sent me $50. He's actually on the 3rd floor. He doesn't go all the way up to what some of you believe in, but he does go to the 3rd floor. And I do not need to see anything on Reddit, so we can delete that. Nope. That's the plan. Let's see. So there we go. And okay, here we go. We have a TC from the NC with a $25 challenge as well from TC from the NC. So we have 50 from my neighbor upstairs. Very kind to him. I was not looking for that. And 25 from Randy the Macho Man Satterley, and 25 from TC from the NC. Jaja's puppy. It's the oldest you've... It is until the next minute goes by. And then that will be, assuming I live. Hi, meow meow. Had to bring the chairman in for a couple of days because it got cold. We were 78 degrees the day before my birthday on March the 15th. March the 16th, we had a high of 28 in one day. It's like the good Lord said, oh, we're going to give him a hell of a week. We're going to give him a hell of a week. We're going to give him some rain. We're going to give him about an inch of rain. Oh, but on his birthday, oh, we'll be waiting on you then. We are going to mess with you on your birthday. So it doesn't appear that Jaja's puppy has a badge either. It's 20 in Toronto, Canada right now. Well, we'll just find out here in front of God and everybody what the temperature is. Computer. That's the wrong name. I forgot I changed it. Echo. What is the current temperature in Louisville, Kentucky right now?
It's 30 degrees in Louisville right now.
Well,
Today's high was 33, and tomorrow's looking warmer with a high of 49.
oh, isn't that nice? Well, I guess 49 over 33 is better. We did see some better temperatures down the road. We're getting back into the 60s and 70s, I think, by the end of the week. And, there's one of them kitty cat fans in here. Shout out to the Kentucky Wildcat fans. There were a lot of you that weren't even sure that you were going to get an NIT bid. I was real concerned for you guys that I thought it might possibly be a play-in NIT game. I thought, best case scenario, I mean, there's an 11 versus 11 play game later tonight. Texas, I forgot who they're playing. Maybe, and they ain't SMU. SMU plays tomorrow, I think, with NC State. That's an interesting play-in game. It might not. No, we're Texas versus NC State tonight. I can't remember. A computer. I can't break the habit. Echo. Who plays tonight's play-in game in the NCAA tournament other than Howard? Who else is playing? Texas and somebody.
Texas is playing against NC State.
Oh, it is NC State.
Game.
Yeah, ACC.
It's an 11 seed versus 11 seed matchup at 9:15 p.m.
Yeah, we got ACC versus SEC tonight for a play-in game, and NC State has shown signs of being very, very good, and NC State got their clock cleaned by 40 by Louisville. So we will see. Louisville has a tough matchup on Thursday. We play about 1:30. We'll be among the first teams playing in the NCAA tournament, which I hate because that means we could be among the first ones out. It's a tough matchup. South Florida is pretty good, and you got to be careful with those 6-11s and those 5 versus 12s.
NC State is projected as an 11th seed starting in the first 4 against Texas.
Yeah.
If they win, they'll face 6-seeded BYU next.
Yeah, we've already.
Their recent strong performance could be a good omen for their.
Did y'all hear me ask for any of that?
Want me to set a reminder for when Louisville plays on Thursday?
I got it. I got that covered. But thank you though. I appreciate it. I'll be go NC State over the Texas Shorter. Well, I thought you would be rooting for the SEC there, Lucian. I thought. Guess I got you wrong on that. Kenny, what do you think about the Toronto Blue Jays' upcoming season? Will they be good as played in the playoffs? Well, I haven't seen their roster yet. Me and John Sadak have been chatting back and forth a little bit about Cincinnati Reds. He's the announcer of the Reds. He and I have become pretty good friends over the past couple of years. We're expecting Ellie De La Cruz might be a little bit better. I watched the Reds versus the Dodgers in a spring game the other day where I think the Reds got 4 or 5 in the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth or bottom of the ninth. I think we were the home team. Yeah, we got a walk-off win against the Dodgers where the Reds scored 5 in the bottom of the ninth and won it like 15-14 or 14-13, something like that. We were beat. And it's rare that I get that worked up over a spring training game, but it was over the world champions. Daniel Lemley with a $15 donation tonight. We appreciate that. So we got 50 from the man upstairs. Not God, but Steve. I think God would have sent more if he had it. He does help the poor, from what I've heard. But yeah, T, my neighbor upstairs, sent me a $50 gift. Randy, the Macho Man, Satterley with a $25 birthday challenge gift. And then Daniel Lemley did 25. I'm sorry, Daniel Lemley did 15. TC from the NC did 20. Oh man, if you guys have this recorded, or if you have a way to see it, maybe it'll be on YouTube after the game. I'm watching the United States versus Venezuela. The United States is the home team versus Venezuela in Miami. And I heard predictions that it could be a split house. About half the house Miami, of USA, half the house for Venezuela, because Venezuela has a huge population, along with Cuba and the Dominican Republic in Miami. Dominican Republic have been playing some real good ball. How you doing, Alyssa? And Marianne, who are my Filipino friends watching the show tonight. A couple of my youngins down there, a couple of the youngins. No Epstein Island down there, though, just so y'all know. No, none of that. And if you want to see how a baseball game should open, because I have it recorded on YouTube and I watched the opening. It's like a 27-minute pregame opening. And if you want to see some hype for a world championship baseball, and this is for the world title tonight. Um, America's fortunate to be there. USA probably did get beat by Italy, and probably should have gotten beat in a couple of other games they were in. Dominican Republic was, I think, a lot of people favored them to win. As a matter of fact, the first time the Toronto Blue Jays won the World Series over the Philadelphia Phillies, our excuse was, well, the Canadian Dominicans were much better than the American Dominicans because it's Dominicans that dominate Major League Baseball. I think you'd find a hard time looking in Japan, Mexico, Venezuela, who this is their first trip ever to the World Championship. You would have a hard time. Italy came out of nowhere. You would have a hard time finding these people, and anybody expected them to go anywhere in the tournament. Japan normally does very well, and they had Otani, of course, and they went out early. Japan did not last any time. Well, if you make a donation, I'll answer the question. This ain't a freebie show here. We got others that have donated already tonight. So make a donation, and I'll answer your question. It's an easy answer. But the show ain't here to entertain you. It's here to help people, which several people have already done. T from upstairs, Daniel Emily, Randy the Macho Man Satterley, and who else do we have? Daniel Emily and TC from the NC. And those have been the donations so far. We appreciate that. And I'll be rooting for my local college team, the Siena Saints, to pull off. Well, you keep rooting. You better keep rooting. Duke looked mighty good. Matter of fact, I haven't filled out my bracket yet. I'll probably do it tonight or tomorrow. I did get some advice from my Echo device on how to do my picks. Last year, all 4 number ones made it to the Final Four for like only the second time ever, and for the first time in many, many years. They say it's always wise to pick no more than 2 of the 5 seeds. I'm sorry, 2 of the 12 seeds, which I guess vice versa would be 2 of the 5s. Never pick more than 2 of the 12s to advance, even though 12s actually win more games than the 5s. The 12s actually win 53% of the time. That's amazing. Not supposed to be that way. That's why they're a 12 seed. But they win 53% of the time. LSU did not get in the tournament. So no, that's not going to do them. No, they didn't get in. Maybe in the women's division, but the men's division, I don't think LSU got in. They had a pretty shitty record, so that didn't happen. Hang on here, let me get a drink. Kenny, you sound like you're doing Steiner math. I'm pretty good at it. Oh, let's see here. So yeah, my bed got delivered today. I think my home health nurse is going to come by tomorrow and help me put that on. So they say. Let's see here. So yeah, you're occupying a lot of space in here, but you haven't done any donations yet, so we'll be looking for that. All right, checking. Staying on. Yep, Daniel Wimley was the last donation at 9:18, so that was a few minutes ago. Trying to stay on top of that. So, so do y'all want to talk? Y'all want to talk about wrestling? Y'all want to talk about the tournament? Yeah, I turned 66 yesterday. What was it? Another family member of mine turned 39 yesterday. Choco would have been 14 yesterday. Had the poor little thing made it a little bit longer, and my sister turned 68 yesterday. And a weird story about that, she didn't know that she was 2 years older than me until 2013 when I had my first ever phone conversation with her. Her name is Dina, and she lives in Virginia, which my biological father lives also in Virginia. But we do not have the same biological father, strangely enough. As you all know, Timmy John, my brother who passed away at the age of 64 back in October, he didn't know this until the last months of his life that he had a Mexican father that my mother met, and he lived most of his life in Delaware. Was decorated with, he fought in the military for America, natural born Mexican, and was a decorated soldier in the United States Navy, I think. I didn't know him, never met him, but that was what we had found out after we found out who Tim's biological father was. And I always thought he looked of Mexican descent. I always told him if he put on the Frito Bandito hat, the sombrero, that there might be some splaining to do, even though he was 6'4". But you know, every now and then there's very tall Mexicans. You know, it happens. It's like Filipinos. As a rule, they're pretty short. The girls are lucky to crack 5'2" ever. They're normally between 4'10", 5'2", give or take. But I'm sure there's some tall ones there. Occasionally, it happens. And well, Rebecca's in the house here today. How you doing, Rebecca? Thank you for the birthday wishes. And so yeah, you all ask the questions, but especially when you're new or if I haven't seen your name before, and if you're occupying a lot of the questions, you got to make a donation. We're not going to answer your questions. This is not what this show is here for, to entertain you. It is here to help people. And then if you make a donation, I'll answer whatever question you ask. But you have to make somewhat of a decent donation to help our people. And I really get irritated at excuses as to why people don't donate. We go, what do you want me to give? Blood money? Kenny, I'm diabetic. Well, so am I. And it hasn't stopped me from donating over 14 years. As Bob has pointed out, sometimes as much as 30% of my income goes to help these people. Now, I'm not asking anybody to do that. That's a choice I made over the last 14 years. But as I ask everybody to do, including myself, I think we can sacrifice an Uber Eats meal or a night out once a month to help these people have food for 30 days. Because for what we spend on those nights out, especially if there's 2 of you, 4 of you, it can feed 1 or 2 families for 30 days. So that's why we do that. Did you do anything special? Not really. Cameron came over and picked up my Jimmy John's for me. And they catered me. I would show you a picture of it, but I don't have the skills that Bob has to do that. But I sent it to quite a few of you. And they sent over 6 large sandwiches, 4 bags of chips, I think 6 cookies, I think. Yeah, 4 bags of chips and a couple of brownies. And 6 large sandwiches. So, of course, Cameron stole one of those. He got one of the big gyros. I keep getting corrected from a family, but those are euros. They're gyros. Spell it with a G. I know what a euro is, and I know what a gyro is, and they're 2 different things. I have to give great recommendations. Well, I'm sure you don't have a badge, so I don't know what challenge you're going to make, but feel free. Feel free. We normally know what direction these go in, but I'll play along. Go ahead. The gyro is very good. I got the spicy one. They have a lamb version and a chicken version. And they sent us the spicy versions, and my God, they are good. Made very well. Cameron ate his in record time. When I had eaten a quarter of mine, and I didn't eat all day in anticipation of getting these great gyros from Jimmy John's. And so I had a White Castle hamburger, 2 of them. I had 2 White Castle hamburgers at 10 a.m. That was my brunch. In anticipation of maybe 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow, my birthday night, it's 7 or 8 of having my first gyro. And I did. So I've got about a quarter of mine eaten. I was starved. And then I see Cameron get up off the sofa and go to the kitchen with a wrapper in his hand. Remember, guys, I'm a large man. I weigh 390 something pounds. Cameron claims he weighs 235, 240, something like that. Claims. I think he's hypnotized most of the scales. Oh, okay. You're going to do an $800 challenge. Okay, well, feel free. We do see how these. Oh, an $80 challenge. Well, that's not quite 800. Because immediately I'm looking, well, okay, that'd be a good night. So, what would you like to do an $80 challenge for? And you might want to pick you up a badge while you're at it. That'd be nice if you had a badge. Because, see, when people don't have badges and spend the $3 a month to have a badge, then we don't have a tendency to put a lot of stock in what they claim they're going to do. So, but we'll see. All right, I got you. Well, there's only one way to prove that you're real. That's to actually make the donation. You said you have a challenge. And what would you like in exchange for your challenge? Yeah, so Cameron did eat well. So, yeah, so I look up, back to Cameron. He's going to the kitchen to throw a wrapper away. I'm sitting there with 3/4 of my sandwich in my hand, a starved man. Twice the size of Cameron. Well, not twice, but a third the size of Cameron. Yeah, I got an extra third on me that he doesn't have. He's going there to throw his wrapper away. I'm going, what? Well, Kenny, I haven't eaten all day. Well, so number one, you're lying. You don't eat like that and then have access to food all day on your day off and you haven't eaten. You're full of shit. That didn't happen. You probably had a monster breakfast, you had a monster lunch, and now you just devoured that sandwich. So the sandwich is gone. And then he's looking over there in my cabinet, and he's, you got a red velvet cookie here. You've been holding out on me. I said, yeah, I've been holding out on myself. I've been saving that for a special day. Oh, today's my birthday. Maybe that's the day I've been saving it for. I said, we got more cookies in here. And there's like 6 cookies in the box, 4 to 6. And I look in there, and I grab a cookie, and I pitch it to him. What's he do? Do you think he says thank you? No. No, he looks at the cookie. Oh, man, you gave me an oatmeal raisin cookie, and the son of bitches are this big. It's a huge, you've seen the Jimmy John's cookies. The damn thing's huge. And he says, you gave me the illegitimate redheaded stepchild of cookies. Ungrateful little bitch. I said, well, I got 2 of those, and I got 2 chocolate chips. Let me guess, you want one of the chocolate chip? Yeah, man, that'd be great. My birthday. Well, and well, thank you for getting the membership. We appreciate that. Very kind of you. How do you want to do your $80 challenge? And what would you like in exchange for it? What do you want us to do for you here? Freebird or Sweet Home, Alabama? Well, you haven't made a donation yet, Jaja. And you haven't even gotten a badge like Successful has. Successful at least got a membership. No, I don't take Bitcoin. I do not, because I'm a legit company, and I don't take Bitcoin. Much like some of the people that try to scam me on the internet and on Facebook and on Twitter when they ask me if I take Bitcoin. No, I take real fucking money is what I take. The ways to donate. Well, I still got Shane's. There we go. Let's celebrate the new membership there. Thank you very much. So that's the ways to donate are Venmo. We also have PayPal, foodforfilipinos@gmail.com, KennyBolin@msn.com, which I've had forever. And then our corporate account, which is a separate PayPal account set up exclusively for people like Anthony Scaramucci. And I do have news on Anthony Scaramucci coming up soon, who was just on the Bill Maher show. Anthony been making the rounds. But yeah, he was just on Bill Maher Friday, for those of you that want to go on YouTube and see that. Plus, he did overtime, and he did it with his old boss from Goldman Sachs, I think is where he's from. And but Bolin Services Incorporated at Gmail is a separate PayPal account that is the corporate account for the people that make the larger donations. But there are fees that come with that. So far, everybody that's ever donated over there has paid the fees. Adam, you don't have a badge and you haven't made a donation yet. So I'm happy to answer these questions. And I will answer them all honestly, but you have to make a donation. Hi, Michigan Mike. How you doing, buddy? How's everything going for you? And I saw Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin, up there where my friend Ken Anderson's from, got hit with another shitload of snow. And but no, I'm happy to answer all those questions, but you have to make a donation. You've seen the challenges that have come through tonight. Let me see if that $80 donation. But no, I don't take Bitcoin. Y'all know damn well I don't take Bitcoin. I don't see your $80 donation yet, and the last donation we got was Daniel Emily, $15 at 9:18 p.m. It is now 9:35. How you doing, Angel? Thank you for the happy birthday. Jaja, that is the last question you're going to be allowed to post without a membership or a donation. We've asked you nicely. That ain't been working. You haven't even got a badge like Successful did. Now, Successful also talked about an $80 challenge we haven't seen yet. But we appreciate the membership. And you keep asking these questions, and you don't, and that's not how it works. It never has worked that way. So I know you know better. So, Ben Kermy, how you doing, Ben? Apparently there's a setting on the show tonight that Bob did not set. Yeah, we were all born on a special day. My sister was born the day before April Fool's Day. We really reached on some of these. Yeah, Janice was born the day before April Fool's Day. I don't think Timmy John was. I don't think November 6th is anything special. So Timmy John got left out of the loop. But June, who I don't speak to no more, was born the day before the 4th of July. Ada, Janice's daughter, was born the day before Christmas Eve, December 23rd. Reached on that one a little bit, but it works. Christmas Eve, a lot of people celebrate that. No, I'm half Cherokee, half German. I don't think any Irish worked in there. Now, my son is, God, probably at least a quarter Irish, I think, on his mother's side. His grandpa was full-blooded Irish. His grandmother was full-blooded Irish. So whatever that makes him, probably at least a quarter. But no, I associate with a lot of Irish. Maya lives in Dublin, Ireland right now. And my daughter-in-law, she lives in Dublin. And so we got lots of ties. We got lots of ties over there. We have a $10 donation from Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca. Very kind of you. Let's see. Okay, that's for being a dick. And that's just a timeout for now. So when you come back, if you make a donation and have a membership, then we'll talk with you. And if not, if you're just going to be a little fucking smart ass, then you can go away. Those are your options. Let's see here. Waiting for a fight delay. He would be half. Okay, all right. Well, you're the one got a higher IQ than me, so I'm going to default to you on that. I think he's a quarter. Because wouldn't his mother be half? Well, no. Yeah, okay, all right, I got you. I see the math. I see the math now. There's Ruby May. Ruby May, how you doing, Ruby? Yeah, there's little Ruby. How you doing? And I like the Steely Dan, but not the entire album. Do It Again is probably my favorite. We have a nice doing. Oh, well, goddamn! Thank you. Michigan Mike must have picked up some more snow work up there. Michigan Mike has answered the $50 challenge. Happy birthday, my friend, from Michigan Mike. Thank you, man. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. Michigan Mike with a $50 challenge. Thank you so much. I didn't expect that because you've been very kind to us recently. And that was very nice of you to do that. Rebecca with the $10 donation. Let me read all the donations here real quick. Hopefully, if I don't hit the wrong buttons. Daniel Emily did 15. TC from the NC did 25 earlier today, before the show started. I have an announcement about Anthony Scaramucci to announce here in a little bit. Some of you already know. And my upstairs neighbor sent me a $50 gift as a challenge. That was very nice. Randy the Macho Man Satterley followed that up with 25. Daniel Emily with 15. Rebecca with 10. Michigan Mike with 50. And we appreciate that. Thank you so much. Vin says he's 1/4. Michigan Mike hasn't been to Michigan since February. Trying to get home now, stuck in the airport. You haven't been to, have you been out in Vegas? I know you try to squeeze that in right around March every year. and I know you loaded up a lot of snow removal. And yeah, airports are a pain in the ass right now. We wonder why that's happening. And from what I'm understanding, it's going to get worse. Going to get worse. I got people right now buying tickets because they're going to get a lot more expensive in the next 30 days. And good luck on air traffic controllers getting you home. It was announced today that there's been a lot. Oh my God, 16 days. Do you normally stay that long? That's a lengthy trip. 16 days. You love your Vegas. Now, how'd you do? In all honesty, how did you do? Obviously, good enough that you donated 50 on back-to-back weeks. So it was very nice. So I would assume you did okay. I'd assume you did all right. But you're normally under good control out there. You don't go too batshit crazy though, do you? But yeah, Mike loves his Vegas. I'm glad you got to go. And yep, getting back from there is probably going to be an adventure. I wouldn't doubt that one bit. Like I said, Bob, I'm sure is doing Nerd Night tonight. Sometimes I'm hesitant to do these shows by myself, but looking for. Oh, like I said, the World Baseball Classic. If you get a chance to watch the opening of that, wow, WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia might be canceled. Well, if shit don't change. I mean, if the war still keep, that war that we're not having, if we keep still not having that, I could see that being a possibility, or at least being relocated on very short notice. Here they build that stadium over there. Sometimes you got to think this shit through, and realize who's president, and how desperately he doesn't want the Epstein files to come out, because that's a lot of the reason this shit's going on. Anything to take the focus off the Epstein files. And I do literally mean anything. Benjamin Netanyahu has got Trump wrapped around his little finger. And Yahoo wants to have these wars to keep him in power. Because otherwise, he's facing war crimes and all kinds of other crimes that he's facing. And he knows he's going to prison as soon as he's out of power. And so Yahoo and birds of a feather flock together. Criminals love each other. That's why 1,600 insurrectionists all got pardoned because, well, you committed crimes and for me. You beat up cops for me. Few cops died on that day, but you did it for me. So you're all free to go. And isn't it weird that Venezuela, we attack them, take them over, let their vice president be president, so we didn't really change the regime at all. And now they're playing the World Baseball Classic. But if you watch the opening of the ball game tonight, which I'll be getting to it, I think I'm in the second inning of the World Classic game. If you watch the opening, I would not be hesitant to say that 70% of the fans in that ballpark are Venezuela. When America got introduced, they got booed. They got booed. There were some cheers. 30% can make some noise, maybe 40%. It is somewhere between 60 and 70% Venezuela. Or maybe their fans are just a shitload louder than ours. I don't know. But they're excited to be there. Be hesitant to go in that stadium with how fast they built it. Well, Yeah. That's another thing. That's another thing to factor in. Did decent gambling. Went to my first night. Oh, did you really? Okay. Went to the Golden Knights game. Okay, all right. And took a three. Oh my God, 3 days of stunt flying classes. Hell yeah. All shit that's out of my league. No doubt about that. You going to bed already, Rebecca? I guess Rebecca's going to bed already. And let's see here. Oh, the announcement why I'm still here, because I'll be here till at least 10:05 because we've had a decent night so far on my post birthday show, pre NCAA tournament show. Um, let's see. Still waiting on Adam's donation. So is the $80 donation not happening? We haven't heard from him since. He did get a membership though. He did get a membership if I can find it. Where did his membership go? There it is. Okay, yeah, there's his membership. So he did do that. So that's $3. Now, were you still doing your $80 challenge? And if you're not, just say so. It's all it takes. All I ever ask you to do here is be honest and not try to dominate the whole show for free. That's all I ever ask of anybody. And so just let us know, yes or no. Don't fuck with me. Don't steam me. I'm already steamed, as Ralph Cramden used to say. So yeah, just let us know what you are or are not going to do. And let's see. Adam the Drew. So Adam, you do anything for us tonight? As part of those live interactive shows, when I ask a question, I'll get to answer. Y'all get to do that. But no, I encourage anybody to watch the opening. Venezuela's fans treated a lot differently than the American fans do. They are excited. Girls, gorgeous girls up on the dugout doing all kinds of funky dances during the game. And somebody sent me a clip today of Yuppie, speaking of Canada, Yuppie being thrown out of a Montreal Expos game because Tommy Lasorda didn't like Yuppie being up on the dugout harassing his players. Probably going back to the 80s, I'd have to guess, 70s or 80s. And Yuppie, the mascot for the Montreal Expos, the team that does not exist anymore. I guess they kind of do. Because isn't Montreal the Washington team? Aren't they? I think. And, yeah, I think Montreal eventually became Washington. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. You think I would know. Yeah, I think the Washington Nationals is what they were going to be at one time. Was formerly the Montreal Expos. And let's see, Yuppie is the Canadian icon. Well, they need to bring baseball back to Montreal. How can there only be one fucking Major League Baseball team in Canada? You know, there needs to be a second team there. At least y'all can have that rivalry. One in the American League, one in the National League. It needs to be. That needs to be. I am correct. I thought I was, but you know, I'm not Googling a whole lot tonight. We're still waiting on that $80 challenge. 2 dead, 12 injured in Tel Aviv missile strike. All right. Well, 2 dead Americans, or gotta ask these days. Gotta ask. I haven't had a shitload of news on today. I think about 3:00's the last time I peeked at the news. Saw Trump doing some long ass fucking press conference telling everybody how great the war is. Everyone in Montreal and Toronto has a picture of them. Okay. No to 70-year-old Jewish people. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be getting my recap tonight on the Abby Phillips show. Her show comes on at 10. I wait till about 10:45 to start it, and I'll get the recap and get pissed off at the the Scott Jennings and some of the dipshits they put on the show. I did start watching that Timothy Chalamet movie, not thinking I have any interest in it whatsoever. And I hate to give credit to this guy. Me and Mark Cuban, neither one can give two shits for this guy. Is the one on the Shark Tank? The Cuban on my show said that he was going to give him a noogie one day and put him in his place. Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Wonderful. He's the one that when we keep talking about the Epstein files on the Abby Phillips show, and I say we because I feel like I'm part of the show. He says, "Well, Epstein's dead. Epstein's dead. He's still dead. Everybody, like we should quit looking in. We should quit looking into anybody because Epstein's dead." And that's so for a man that claims to be smart, for that to be his only, and it's show after show. Y'all realize Epstein's still dead. Why are y'all still looking into this? He's still dead. Well, his victims, many of them are not. Many of them are. Many of them killed by powerful people, according to the Epstein files. So no, we need to keep looking. We need to keep digging. And everybody who is guilty needs to pay the price. Can I please get a rain check and donate that at a later date? Well, can you answer me as to why you offered it tonight if you knew you didn't have it? Can you honestly answer me that? Because you offered it tonight. What is the reason that you would like a rain check? Because chances are I might not ever see you again. You did get a membership, but you got $3 invested, not 80. So, yeah, if you can tell me why you would like to do that. We were all excited. We thought we was getting 80 to help people tonight. Because you said so. I didn't say it. You originally said 800. Because you put a $sign and 8 and 2 zeros. We were really excited. No, we weren't. Trust me. We're not excited about 800. Because we knew that wasn't going to be coming. And then I did tell you immediately, I'll believe it when I see it. And then you got a membership, and you gave me some hope. I said, all right, got a membership. Best of 3. Well, where are you based at? Where are you from? Successful. Apparently not so. You asked for this. Apparently not so much. If the $80 is going to bankrupt you. I tried to donate for my Cash App, but it's in the negative. Well, that's not good. Yeah, the money doesn't go far if you're in the negative on your Cash App, unless you have it linked to a bank like I do. So when I donate from Cash App, the money goes through because it's backed up to a bank account. When I see the list of cards, I didn't realize I had so many fucking cards, but I got a lot of cards apparently. And when I go to PayPal, this list of like 20 cards comes up. Surely to God, some of them are expired. I'm hoping. Kenny, would you ever be I don't know what that is, so probably not. Probably not. How come you don't have your badge, and how come you haven't made a donation yet? Because you got timed out a little while ago. I have failed you, Metro. You don't have your Cash App card backed up by a bank account? But no. All right. Well, we'll see if you show up again, and we'll see if you honor it then. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. You haven't done anything to get blocked. Well, actually, you have, but I'm going to give you a pass. Because normally when people tease those big-ass donations and they don't do them, we just block them, and Bob goes through and traces what their real name is, and then we block all their accounts. So we'll give you another chance. Give you another chance. Hey, at least you got a badge. That's something. That's something. Oh, so the last donation we got so far was Michigan Mike, fresh off his Vegas tour. And that was at 9:39. We're now at 9:54. So we haven't had anything come through in about 20 minutes. Walking around the city doing it. Well, no, I can't walk. So it proves you don't watch the show. You know I can't walk. I can barely get from here to my car. So no, I can't do that. Now I have considered setting up a table down here at my entrance, and my business is well advertised here, the Bolin Services Incorporated, the only not-for-profit organization in the Cherokee Triangle. And I have considered Big Daddy Dean well, that goes in here. Now let me explain how these in here go. We always prefer, if you're going to do $10 or more, I promise to do. All right, I'll take your word for it. Big Daddy Dean donated in here. We normally ask to keep the donations in here to $5 to $10. The reason being is that YouTube keeps 30% of it. The other thing is that we are due to get our YouTube money on March 21st, as long as that ain't a Saturday. So we get our YouTube money on March 21st. And then, so any money being donated in here right now, we will not get that until April 21st. So we appreciate that. So, but here's how the math will work on that. Well, Zsa, we're still waiting on your donation. And your membership. This is Greg. Oh, nice to see you, Greg. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Yeah, and also, if I never know who you are, like Zsa, it never hurts to tell me who you are, and then that way I know. Or I have to have Bob do the research, and he searches your real account. Because even when you come in here and fake accounts, it ties to your real account, and then we find you, and then we know what we're doing, what we're dealing with. But yeah, nice to see you, Greg, and thank you for. But yeah, anytime you donate in here, YouTube keeps 30% of it. So if it's $10, we get 7. If it's $20, we get 14. And then on top of that, we do not get that now until April the 21st. But it's it's coming eventually, and we appreciate it. It'll make the well, that's all right, now for future reference. And hey, it'll help us. It'll help us in April. I mean, if we're $20 short of 100 because we do not. Oh, well, that we haven't heard from you in a while, have we? Haven't heard from you in a while. Let's see. 9:57. We're going to be here for 8 more minutes, and then I'm going to get to the national baseball game. I'm going to get to the NCAA tournament. I'm going to get to the Abby Phillips show. I don't know if you remember, but last summer you said you thought you figured out who I am. Truth is, I'm just a big fan from Reno. But who did you think it was? I no fucking clue from that long ago. Oh, I barely remember what I did yesterday. Now, if you'd asked me a few days after that, I might have told you who my guest was. But shit, I have no idea now. No idea. We just see you from time to time. And the way the algorithm fucked up, and we're almost shocked anytime we see anybody new in here. I mean, we have 10,000 subscribers. And then people can say, well, they're fake subscribers. Well, if they were, YouTube would have purged them by now. Now, I did go on a campaign when we had, I think, 5,800 subscribers, 5,300, something like that. And I wrote everybody in my social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, Google, my emails. I wrote everybody saying, hey, go to my channel and subscribe. That was probably the worst thing I ever did. Because they weren't true fans of the show. They're not dedicated to tune in 2 to 3 times a week when we do the shows. And it fucked up the algorithms. And I fucked up. I should not have done that. Because if you don't have dedicated, loyal viewers, like the Cornette clan, that regardless of what he's done in his life, people still support his shit like you won't believe. And that's their choice, I guess. It's like Trump supporters. And many times I have to judge you by the people that you associate with and that you hang with. And if you claim that you're not a pedophile protector, then don't protect pedophiles. Don't hang with them. Don't support them. Well, there's a lot of people do that anyway. And then claim that they have a problem with pedophilia. I have a problem with old men going after underage girls, but yet they support the people that do it. Wrestling business is full of them. That's why I don't associate with too many people in the wrestling business anymore. One of the people I don't associate with anymore claimed that he was innocent. He never did anything like that, but he drove around people that did. They were doing these things in the back seat of his car or the car he was driving, but yet wanted to act like he was innocent and wanted me to rat out those people when he's the one that witnessed it going on. Won't mention his name because it's just what he told me. And it's like a lot of the wrestlers. Many of them would brag about it and tell you about it. But I didn't see it, and they knew I wasn't going to hang out with them. They knew I wasn't going to put myself in a position to be in anything like that. When the Me Too movement came out, you didn't see my name. You saw his name. He was all over it. Vince McMahon all over it. And so, if those are the people that you elect to support and hang out with, then that I have questions about that. And that's why I have a lot of questions about Trump supporters. They know what he's done. He's got a career history. If 29 people accused your father of sexual assault, your brother, your uncle, your mother, if 29, well, I'm sorry, the official current number is 27, because one of them already had him convicted of grape, as they say. He tried to claim he was only accused of sexual misconduct and sexual misconduct, and there's one other phrase they put for it. And the judge says, no, you can put whatever tag on it you want. And this is from the judge. You can Google it and look it up. What you did, Mr. Trump, in the state, because he wasn't president then, what you did in the state of New York was considered grape. You penetrated a woman against her will, regardless what you did it with, because she said she wasn't sure whether it was his pinky, his big toe, or his little finger, or his little pee-pee. She wasn't sure. But he penetrated her against her will. And then in an open recorded testimony, they told him she accused you of graping her. And then Trump's response was, well, from what I understand, she's excited by that. She likes that. She's excited by that. Why is she complaining? And he's recorded saying it. I've seen it half a dozen times. Where he's being grilled by the prosecutors. And that was his answer? Not that, no, I'd never do such a thing. Oh, my God, I have moral turpitude. No. I heard she's excited by that. That was his answer. And then, of course, a fucking jury saw that, and they convicted him. One of the people on the jury only got his news from Truth Social. That's the only place he got his news. I would not have wanted him on the jury, but the people that put him on the jury were very smart, because they said, you know what? We have evidence so damning that even this dipshit is going to have to admit that he's guilty. And when he admits he's guilty, what are the other fucking 11 going to have to say? So, I get why they did it. It very well could be for sure. Well, fuck. Look at Trump and malaria. The only time they're seen together is for financial purposes. Normally, she's shaking his hand away. The kiss is fake as shit. She won't actually kiss the man. I wouldn't either, if I were her. But let's remember how he met her. She was a high-paid prostitute with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein had her first. That was his woman. And then when she got too old for him, he passed her on to Trump. That's how that shit got started. She was a high-paid prostitute. As Anthony Scaramucci has said, who will be coming on my show, here's the deal there. Anthony is scheduled, his office scheduled him to come on April the 24th at 4 p.m. That'll be a special Friday show, a little over a month from now, about 5 weeks. April 24th, 4 p.m. As of now, Anthony's a very busy man. He's a very big deal. He was just on the Bill Maher show Friday. Did a great job. I encourage any of you to go see that show. He gets into it with one of his financial guys over crypto. And I love Anthony to death, and he's never even talked me into getting into crypto. And if I was going to listen to anybody about crypto, it'd be Anthony Scaramucci. But a lot of people I know, other than people that have the power to affect the market, like Trump, lose their fucking ass. And so I haven't been willing to do that. Do you think so? It's like Trump and malaria. It's all for show, you know. I don't think Linda slept with Vince, and God knows when. I mean, how could you have all these countless women accuse Vince of the horrible things he's done, and those that are backstage knows what he's done with even the talent, the younger girls coming up, the shit that he's put them through, the office workers. I've been hearing shit about Vince since 1984, 85. Where did I hear it from? From the guy who now acts like he's surprised and didn't know Vince was doing these things. The guy that used to travel up and down the road with Vince, him and Bruce Pritchard and the whole fucking Laurinaitis, the whole hee-haw gang, who all knows what they were doing because they traveled up and down the roads with fucking each other. And now all of a sudden, JC is shocked. I heard about all this shit long before Jimmy started working for him. And then when Jimmy started working for him, travels up and down the roads with him. Bruce Pritchard, John Laurinaitis, a few others, Kevin Dunn. And then they want to act like they didn't know anything now. Where's John Laurinaitis been hiding? When Laurinaitis used to come down here to Louisville, he only recruited women out of bikini models. I think that's how they found Kelly Kelly. That's how they found a lot of them. And then some of them actually had some talent and turned it into some talent. But Jimmy used to make fun of Laurinaitis trying to find female wrestlers in bikini magazines because that's what Laurinaitis wanted. Little pretty girls, a.k.a. Kelly Kelly, and girls like her. He wasn't looking for the Natalie Neidharts. But through Bloodline, Natalie got her job. Beth Phoenix showed up down here as a tryout and caught on to be one of the better talents. Me and Beth had our differences over the years, mainly over not understanding how heel commentary worked. Natalie Neidhart was part of that as well, not knowing how heel commentary works. But, I recognize talent when I see it, and Beth was one of the better ones. Natalie Neidhart's been pretty good. She doesn't know when to retire, but he's hanging around. You think Linda was oh God, Mike. Do you think Linda was I don't know what Linda was like. I don't even know how they got together. I mean, I've never even heard that story. Is she faithful to Vince? I mean, I don't know that there's a long list of people waiting to have sex with Linda McMahon, if that's what you're asking. I don't think that line's very long. I know I certainly would. In all the days I've ever known her, we'll just put it this way, was never my cup of tea. And I don't recall ever meeting Linda in person. I met Stephanie when she was very young, hanging out in the back, having dinner with us backstage. I say very young. I'm sure she was over 18 by then. But she wasn't when Randy the Macho Man Savage met her. And admitted. Eventually, Savage admitted. Oh, God. As I keep telling you guys, the wrestling business is full of them. And let's put it this way. Shit, I'm glad I don't have a daughter, other than the ones I have in the Philippines, because I sure wouldn't want to introduce my daughter to most of them. There's a reason for that. It's 10:09. We have gone overtime. I think we got our last donation quite some time ago, but I do want to thank everybody that did. Yeah, Michigan Mike was the last donation at 9:39. We had a promissory donation from Boondah. And, we'll see how that goes. He said that he will do it another day. We'll see. That's up to him. We'll be back here Thursday. So I got a lot to watch tonight. I got baseball to watch, basketball to watch, the Abby Phillips show to watch, lots to watch. And but no, thank everybody for dropping in. These solo shows are always a hoot load of fun to try to get through them. But Thursday night, I should have some help. Nerd Boy should be back. The train might be rolling in. Who knows? And they didn't show up for my birthday. So you believe that shit? Holy shit. But for everybody that donated, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And until Thursday night at 9:05 p.m., I am Kenny the Starmaker Bolin. Don't have to say. Oh, and shout out to our sponsors. Let me take this off the thing here. Shout out to our sponsors, Jimmy John's, who supplied me with such a wonderful meal last night. Five Guys is going to be having me over for dinner real soon. And Blaze, we got a corporate meeting coming up over there in the next couple of weeks. Shout out to our sponsors, and especially to Jimmy John's, who supplied such a wonderful meal last night. And I got enough in my refrigerator that I'll be eating Jimmy John's for the next 4 or 5 days. So until Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern, I am the Starmaker, and I did say a good day.